ẹni gbogbo agboolé rè tí ẹni tó ìbínú rẹ̀ síbẹ̀ ní tẹ́ni.
The concept behind Freedom Walk is to further give glory to Almighty God for where we have found ourselves. As the governor will always say, that he is a testimony to the awesomeness of God. That if God had to be man, the governor will not be where he is today. So in other words, it is also a medium to educate our youth that they should be politically tolerant. That no matter what anyone does, whatever we be, we surely be. So based on what we encounter during the electioneering process of Governor Dapo Abiodun, upon all vilification, all oppression, all maiming, all intimidation that we experience, the governor still emerged victorious at the poll. That shows that no matter what any man do, what we be, we surely be. So the essence of the Freedom Walk is to further celebrate the liberation that we are enjoying. Liberation from the shackles of compulsive lying disorder and all those things that we encounter that time. Because I can tell you, we encounter various degrees of violence. At a particular point during the primary, I could vividly remember at the metros when the national body sent in the election committee that will conduct the primary. We were meeting and somebody came in with gun. Journalists were there that night shouting, "Where is Dapo?" If we had seen Governor Dapo Abiodun that day, probably they might have killed him.
Mo wá sẹ́gbẹ́ mi, gbogbo àwọn tó ń gbé àsíá ẹgbẹ́ mi, àgàbàgebè náà ń ṣe o. The APC governorship candidate Prince Dapo Abiodun.
Election-related violence. Sadly, it has been a regular feature since the beginning of democracy in Nigeria. Elections in Nigeria usually come with high stakes. With so much in line, it's often, if not always, accompanied by violence and loss of lives. Some politicians are always willing to exploit ethics, religious and regional division to gain political advantage against their opponents. Loyalists of candidates from different political parties and even with the same political party often engage themselves in fighting and exchange of gunshots. They usually create tension, panic and fear in the minds of the electorate and residents who are supposed to be fed with ideological campaigns and sometimes victims of attacks. The youth, elders and women are not always spared when the political talk unleashed their terror. One of the Nigeria politicians that recently witnessed the experience, hostility, intimidation, harassment and attack from his party man is Governor Dapo Abiodun.
On that fateful day, I can say I'm the first person to be on that stadium because I was there around 6:30 in the morning to put our people through where they're going to sit because the governor have told us nobody should fight. No matter any intimidation, just be calm. He warned everybody. So on that day, people start coming to the stadium with yellow caps, T-shirts. People started trooping in and telling them where to sit, the brigade, the band, everybody. Around that 8:30 to 9 in the morning, the former governor of Ogun State just came in. So that he saw the big board, the banners, the posters of Prince Dr. Dapo Abiodun, my boss. He was infuriated. He said, "Why?" And he saw people in yellow caps, yellow T-shirt, people dancing, jubilating, dancing, so that before we know, he started removing the big board, the banners by himself. So I went to the security apparatus, the commissioners, the DSS. And I told them, see what the governor is doing. None of them can do anything. They can't do anything. They were just looking at him because he was a governor by then.
APC governorship candidate in Ogun State, Dapo Abiodun, has condemned an attack on his convoy during his campaign program to Abeokuta North local government area. He believes himself and his supporters would have been seriously injured or killed, but for the swift response of security operatives. While he is appealing to the supporters not to be dispirited over the incident.
You can see that we are going around campaigning because we want the majority of people of Ogun State to know that we are really serious with this thing. But what can we see the members of APN? They've gone out. You can see they started attacking our people. And what is more, degrading is that the vehicles they brought those vehicles belong to a serving member of House of Rep from representing Abeokuta South, Odeda and Obafemi Wole, or a Mimiki. He came with a lot of thugs and they were attacking our people.
It's most unfortunate that our polity has degenerated to this point where it has now become a do or die matter. There should be nothing that should be do or die about wanting to serve our people. All we need to do is to go out like we're doing and canvass for votes. All we need to do is to go out and endear ourselves to the heart of our people and let them make the choice.
Mine is pre and post. Before the election, I was threatened in my constituency to the extent that one day hoodlums who are believed to be supporter of a particular opposition party stormed my office and destroy the buses I use for free school buses. They even shot into my office that I escaped by the whiskers to the glory of God. And 2 days to election, on the Thursday 7th precisely, the election was March 9. 7th Thursday, they left their party secretariat. We have had our rally and we returned to my office, which their secretariat is about 200-300 meters away from our office. Just as we arrived from the rally, for which we took permission from the police, they left their own secretariat and came directly to my office to come and attack my people to the extent of killing somebody and maiming a lot of people. They came live in the afternoon with guns, hamlets, cutlasses and so on, and they succeeded in killing one person.
The Ogun State Governor-elect Dapo Abiodun has paid a condolence visit to the families of the victims of E4 crisis. Accompanied by his deputy and other chieftains of the All Progressives Congress in the state, the governor-elect described the situation as unfortunate and highly regrettable. He urged policemen to always carry out their duties in a professional way without resorting to loss of lives.
It's regrettable. We also want to commend the police for working assiduously in the state, but we also want to implore with the police to also ensure that these kind of things will happen from time to time, but it should not lead to such an occurrence where a human life will be lost. We have to be very careful in effecting arrest. We have to be very careful in trying to enforce law and order. We are not violent people. The level of violence that we've seen also is unprecedented. So I'm using this opportunity to implore with all our people, let us learn to live with each other with tolerance.
Senator Amosu is not a good fighter, and is not somebody who so much believes in democracy. His his definition of democracy is not the internationally best practice, and is somebody who does not know rules of engagement. He doesn't observe the rules of fighting. He fights like a blind man, and somebody like that is not good for our democracy. in Ogun State, particularly Ogun State of every first, and somebody like Amusu should have been condemned to the dustbin of politics.
What happened then was strange, was hitherto unheard of, and it wasn't the norm. What we were used to before then is that if you are in party A and you want to exit that party for B, then bye-bye, go to your B and stay there. But for you to say you are in party A, then your loyalty is to party B, but you still remain in A campaigning for party B, was hitherto unheard of. But that was the practice. The rest is history now.
His road to Okemoson was tough and rough, but despite the victimization and oppression, it displayed high level of political tolerance and preaches inclusiveness and togetherness. His administration's motto is building our future together and has encouraged his prosecutors to come to board to form a united government. Certainly, the governor is Excellency Prince Dapo Abiodun, displaying a progressive politics that should be emulated by all, especially the youth in Ogun State.
It was all protest as Governor Ibekunle Amusun of Ogun State attempted to conclude the open consensus arrangement introduced to the All Progressives Congress in his state. Party members openly booed the governor, who coordinated the exercise. They chanted protest slogans and songs against his style of leadership. The governor, visibly humiliated by the display of anger, ended the exercise abruptly without announcing the names of 3 House of Representatives candidates, but called some party leaders to join him as he proceeds to Abuja.
For Ogun West is Tolu Odebiyi. For Ogun East, Senator Lekan Mustapha. So we have concluded everything now, except for just 3 out of 40. We have done well. All our council chairmen, all our senatorial districts, we are going to Abuja now. Thank you.
We knew what happened. People were killed just for the sake of somebody was killed. Let me be specific. Somebody was killed in Ijebu-Ode for wearing the cap of Dapo Abiodun on his way to Abeokuta. People were maimed on the street of Abeokuta. People like me, I was underground for the better part of the election. But we thank God with what we have today. We thank God that the will of the people eventually prevailed. And today what we have in Ogun State now, peace has returned.
We thought that either president was there, God was watching, and God now compensated us. They did what we could do to stop us from winning election. But if God says yes, we can say no. So if God has done that to us, I think those are the heroes of those games. The people that lost their life.
So my sisters, don't you see? We must bring some sanity over here. How can one person have so much while so many have none?
Advise our youth in politics to have a second address. Our youth coming out of university, we have been trained in various courses. We are computer scientists. You may even have talents in area that is not your core training. You must do something aside politics so that you don't get carried away and you now have to depend totally on politics. You know, I even tell people who are less educated that if it is recharge cards you are going to sell, have a shop for recharge cards. When you come back from your campaign rally, you go back to your shop, you know, so that so that there will be no struggle. There will be a reduction in youth unemployment. There will be a reduction in a struggle for how do I put it now? A do or die politics.
For them to actually know who they are, for them to believe in themselves, for them to actually know what they want their future to be like. Because if you are being noted for violence in any way and you choose to come out and aspire for some kind of post, who wants to support that kind of youth? So if you are saying you are the future of tomorrow, you are the nation hope for tomorrow, you should not be brainwashed to be used by anybody. Even if it's not politically, it could be anywhere. You are not supposed to be used for violence. It's not something anybody should be proud of. So for me, I believe the youth should believe in themselves, note that they are the future of this country, and they should portray themselves as a good future for this country.
If the main objective of being a politician is that you are looking for how to develop your constituency, that will be the first thing, the paramount thing. But as much as that one is not primarily in our mind, and we are doing another thing entirely for our own selfishness interest, I don't think this is no longer a politics.
His positive attitude to politics and governance, surely his footprints will remain indelible on the sand of time.
One day the tables will turn. The little children on the streets are working hard.